I'm here playing some early morning football with these guys to find out how teamwork has helped these men and 3,000 others like them around the country lose a combined total of 30 tonnes in weight.
Now, if you are, I'm not sure, yes, how this works, but if you're a man who's a bit on the larger side, you might have tried a few diets and weight loss groups, but most of them are targeted at women.
Yeah, but now a football league specifically for overweight men has been set up, and Cat Downs is pitch side in Manchester for us this morning. It's got an interesting name as well. Cat, morning.
Yes, it's called Man v Fat. And what do you do if you want to lose weight? Do you join a gym, or do you go to a Zumba class, or do you join a slimming group? Well, for lots of these guys here and thousands around the country, none of that worked. However, this did. What it is playing football with a group of guys just like you who might be a little bit overweight and who want to shed the pounds, and it works if you do it together. Now, in a minute I'll be talking to some of these super slimmers and finding out a little bit more about their stories, but first here's a quick look at how it all works.
This is my first season and I've lost, what, 3.5 stone?
I'm enjoying life better, you know, I feel like I'm getting more out of it. Hang on. There you go.
Made me a lot fitter and a lot thinner. Yes, still rubbish at football.
Rubbish or the next Ronaldo, that doesn't matter here. What counts is shedding the stones. As well as goals on the pitch, teams get bonus goals for the amount of weight they lose together.
I really struggled to lose weight through the years. Joined a lot of the commercial weight loss organisations, and obviously so many of the people who go to those are women, and it just felt that it wasn't quite right for me. There was a lot of talk about, you know, fitting into a bikini, and so really it was about finding something that was suitable for men, something that would really empower them, something that would really help them to lose weight, and that's where Man v Fat Football came from.
It works thanks to teamwork.
When we first started, we had a tiny little broom cupboard room where the men would come and weigh in, and actually it ended up with the whole team cramming into these tiny rooms because they were supporting each other, they were really cheering each other on and wanting each other to do well.
This league in Manchester isn't the only one. There are 24 around the country. That's 3,000 men getting out, playing football and losing weight. And in around a year and a half, they've lost a combined total of more than 30 tonnes.
So that's 96.1. You've lost 4 kilos this week.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Ross has lost 4.5 stone since January. Before this, he'd found there was nothing accessible for guys like him who wanted to lose weight.
You're looking at your men's fitness, which is all around get a six-pack, get your abs and work out and show your muscles, when us lads, we're nowhere near that. We need to be able to lose weight comfortably, and if it's having a group of lads taking the mickey out of you and doing it that way, it's just perfect, absolutely perfect.
With the tonnes ticking away, it's proof that whatever works for you is best in the battle against the bulge. Well, this league's only been going for about a year and a half, and already some of these guys have amazing stories about quite how much weight they've lost. I'm going to talk now to the founder, Andrew Shanahan. Thank you so much for having us along this morning, for getting all these guys out to play football so early in the morning. We've got some pictures of you, how you looked before you lost your weight, because it was all about your personal weight loss journey that led to this, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. When I was looking around and I was trying to lose weight myself, I found that all of the support groups, all of the products and everything were aimed exclusively at women. And what I wanted to do was to find something that could actually support men and, you know, provide some kind of accountability and some support for just normal guys around the country.
And how does it work? Because your goals on the pitch are combined with weight loss. How does that all work?
That's exactly right. So before each game, the players weigh in, and the weight loss goals that they accrue during those weigh-ins are added to the goals that they score on the pitch. And essentially, that's how we create our tables. And, you know, obviously there are leagues across the country now running for men who want to lose weight and who are looking for something that's a bit more suitable for them.
And I think, you know, traditionally, as Shanna said, that men see dieting as something women do. So obviously the increased physical exercise, but we have to underpin that with, you know, nutritional principles. So through regular meals, reducing your snacking, those sorts of things. And I'm there to support those lifestyle changes.
Ross, we just heard from him in that VT here as well. Sorry to interrupt you when you're in the middle of playing football, but a great story from you as well. What was it that prompted you to make the change?
There was quite a few things. There was health reasons, things like that. One of them as well, mainly really, was about I wanted to go out and do a skydive, and there was a weight limits on there. So the weight limit was around 14.5 stones, the one I was aiming for. So stupidly, my mum and my wife decided that they said if I got down to it, they'd come jumping out of a plane with me. So now I'm at 15 stone, lost 4.5. So they're now panicking a little bit that they're getting a bit close to it now. So
you've only got half a stone to go before your wife and your mother jump out of a plane with you to celebrate your weight loss.
Yes, and I hope they remember it as well, to be fair. So I can't wait, really.
Proof, if it's needed, that perhaps a competitive edge is just what you need to lose the weight. So the stakes couldn't be higher for you. And congratulations on losing, what was it, 4.5 stone?
Since January the 20th, so it's been just over 5 months.
So it turns out that teamwork is the key then to shedding the pounds.
All that to come. Also this morning for you, have you ever heard of Man versus Fat? Well, it's a football league for obese men where it doesn't matter if you're rubbish or Ronaldo, but it's all about losing weight. And some of the fellas you've seen here, 2 years ago it started, and they've lost a combined total of 4,000 stone.
And you get goals for the amount of weight you've lost.
Not just sticking the ball in the back of the net.
No. Amazing. It's really fascinating. More on that later. Time now for the news, travel and the weather, wherever you are.
Some absolutely amazing stories, Dan. Yes, you're right. In a moment, I'm going to be speaking to a man who's lost 27% of his body weight. Absolutely incredible stories here at Man v Fat. And I'm not just pitch side, I'm actually on the pitch. You've got to have eyes in the back of your head here. I tell you, these guys can get some serious weight behind the ball. How do you go about losing weight if you're a guy? That was the problem that led to the birth of Man versus Fat. Do you join a Zumba class? Do you go on a slimming diet? For a lot of these guys here, that didn't work. But what did work was playing football every week and making a life change with other overweight guys just like them. And it's worked, as you said, across the leagues, round the country. 3,000 men have lost a combined total of more than 30 tonnes. In a minute, I'll be speaking to some of those super slimmers. I want to bring in Alison Trout here as well. And you're from Solihull Council, so down in the Midlands. But you're the first council to have taken a bit of a risk and to start working with Man versus Fat to help bring down obesity numbers in your area. What results have you seen?
We've seen fantastic results so far. We've seen at least 60% of the men engaged in the programme lose 5% of their body weight, which is brilliant, and it's something that we don't really see often in weight management services.
And the men who take it up in Solihull appear to be sticking with it as well, which is part of the battle won, isn't it? And let me bring in as well Ben Gallen. Ben, you lost 27% of his body weight. We've got some before pictures actually of you, how you looked before you lost the weight, and you've loved Man versus Fat so much that you've gone on to be a coach in the league as well. Just tell us how important teamwork is in this, because a lot of it is not wanting to let your team down, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's big accountability coming in every night, weighing in with not only guys that you don't want to let down, but they're also supporting you throughout the week. You know, we've got constant groups that are chatting and supporting throughout the week, so you really do feel that you're doing it for the team as well as just yourself.
Because the goals on the pitch, don't they, count as well to your position in the league, so you don't want to be letting your team down if you can get those bonus goals for losing the weight.
That's it, definitely, and in fact a lot of games are decided purely by the weight loss goals, and the pitch score can quite often not really affect it as much, so it's a really good balance between competitive football and weight loss.
Ben, thank you so much, and congratulations on the weight loss, and thank you so much to everyone for coming out and playing football so early in the morning. They've come from Birmingham, they've come from Stoke, they've come from Manchester, and it's not just about fun. There's a big trophy at stake. There's some serious silverware. Check this one out for a trophy if you win our mini BBC Breakfast tournament this morning. Not bad, eh?
Magnificent. We've already had goal of the day, though. Kat,
Yes,
you won't have seen it, Kat. It was behind you, so we'll show it a little bit later on. But one of the guys in the team in the black shirt scored an unbelievable goal behind you, which we'll try and re-show later in the programme.
He did a great celebration.
I want
to
see that, please. That'd be amazing.
It's called Man v Fat, a football competition with a difference. We've loved this. 24 leagues across the UK set up specifically to help big men lose weight.
Only 2 years ago it started, and so far the men taking part have lost a combined 4,000 stone. Kat Downs is pitch side in Manchester for us this morning. The numbers are just staggering, Kat. Good morning.
They are staggering, aren't they, Dan? We're going to speak to somebody who lost 27% of his body weight through playing football, getting into weight loss through playing football, but then changing their lifestyles completely, because that's what this is all about. It's about finding a way to get men engaged in weight loss and changing the way that they eat, the way they live, and getting them more active and more healthy, because Zumba classes, bikini diets, they didn't work for these guys. What did work was getting together with similar guys, overweight guys, who wanted to shed the stones, and that seems to have been successful, because 3,000 men across the country have lost a combined total, as you said, of more than 30 tonnes. And I'm joined by the founder of Man v Fat, Andrew Shanahan, ducking the footballs on the side of the pitch here. It's we're in serious danger here. But Andrew, what was it that gave you the idea to set up Man v Fat?
It was the fact that there was nothing out there for men, and that was the real sort of injustice that I felt, was that everything seemed to be targeted exclusively at women, and there just didn't seem to be anything that was suitable for men, that would provide support and that would give them that accountability that's so vital when you're looking to lose weight.
And how does it work? Because goals on the pitch count, but it's also those weight loss goals that count too.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's all about the combining the scores between the weigh-ins that we have before the game and also the goals on the pitch. So between those two scores, we get the final score for the game, and that's how we decide our matches.
And the camaraderie, the teamwork, all part of it. Also not taking yourself too seriously. Run us through some of those team names again, because we have been loving those this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. These are all generated by the players, so I can't claim any credit for these. Things like OB City, Chafing the Dream, and in Manchester we had the excellent 17 Stone Roses.
Brilliant, thank you so much. And Karen, you're the dietitian who works with Man v Fat, because this isn't just about playing 30 minutes of football every week, is it?
I mean, and traditionally men have seen dieting as something that us women do, but we still underpin everything they do with those, healthy eating, lifestyle changes that make such a big difference long term. But the teamwork and the working for a team and the scoring points, with those nutritional principles is what's worked for these guys.
Absolutely, it is that teamwork and that competitive side as well. Ben, you're the man that lost 27% of your body weight. You've brought so much into this philosophy. You're now a coach with Man v Fat. It is that teamwork, isn't it, that gets people together, makes them kind of stick with their goals of their weight loss, isn't it? Tell me how important it is that you have these guys that you play football with.
I think it's easy to let yourself down and say, I'll start next Monday, but I think everyone knows they've got a game day next week. So if you start the following week, you may be getting even minus points if you're going over the weight you start on. So it's really important to focus straight away and get straight to it.
Well, brilliant, Ben. Your story is remarkable. Now, the guys here have been playing for our benefit, for BBC Breakfast benefit, a mini competition. We've got a team from Stoke, a team from Birmingham, a team from Manchester. And I'm now happy to say that I can have